first cutting tool that we teach in our basic skills classes is the handsaw. You might wonder why we teach the handsaw, because most carpenters aren't building with handsaws. One of the reasons is that using the handsaw allows us to discuss safety principles, how to set yourself up for a safe cut, how to position your body, where you should be cutting in relation to your supports. Another reason why we teach the handsaw is that there are actually times when a circular saw doesn't work for the operation that you're doing. Oftentimes that is in very awkward positions. So maybe you need to cut an inch off of a timber, and so you're cutting really close to the ground, or you're cutting something overhead. The circular saw doesn't fit in those locations, and you're gonna have to grab a handsaw. If you can master handsawing in a very well-constrained position, it is just that much easier to use a handsaw in a more awkward position. Another reason that we like to teach the handsaw is that it removes you from the tether of power or a generator, the noise and fumes of a generator if you're building in a remote location. So with just a handsaw, a hammer, and a bag of nails, you can be building your cabin out in the woods and not need anything else. Finally, I like to teach the handsaw because I think it's fun. Now, most students who first come to our class who have tried the handsaw do not think that it is fun. And the reason it is not fun is because the handsaw tends to get stuck in the cut. It gets pinched and you have a really hard time moving the saw through the wood. Usually the reason for that is because you're not maintaining the saw in a straight line relative to the cut that you have started. I got really good at cutting with a handsaw when I was timber framing because I had to make long cuts through very thick wood, and that cut had to be perfectly straight or it was gonna bind up. So when I was timber framing, I would cut through a large piece like that and have to maintain the saw perfectly straight for the entire cut.